Buena Park is in the building. Buena Park? What's the deal? Nothing but the homies out there. Nothing but the homies. What's up with the homies?
Who poppin'? We poppin'.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the show where anything goes. I'm your host, Mark Vargas, and you're tuned in to the Center Lock Show. Hey, guys, it's a new year, 2022. We got things rolling. We got our first guest of the new year, my brother. Hey, Jamar Dorival. Hey, everybody, give Jamar a hand, a round of applause.
What's up, bro?
Hey, man, how's everything going, bro?
Everything going good, bro. Everything going straight, bro. Couldn't wish nothing better, man.
That's right, man. How was the holidays? Everything good with the holidays,
Everything was good, man. Got to meet some new people, man. Make some new family. It's always good to make some new family, wherever you go.
That's right. So Jamar just said it. He's meeting new people. So Jamar, hey, let everybody know where you're playing ball at right now.
I'm playing ball in Brazil right now, man. I'm located in Goiânia, Brazil. It's a beautiful city, man. Just like South Beach.
Hey, that's what's up, man. And once I saw my boy Jamar, first off, Jamar, we go back, right? We met probably like 6-7 years ago. Man, it's a trip how fast time flies. But I remember meeting Jamar. He was an offensive lineman, or actually, weren't you a D lineman at the time, right? You were playing some of that D.
I think I might have switched, man. I might have switched beginning of the season. And you came in and took everybody's spot, so I had to make sure I had to go find some playing time, bro.
Oh no, man. We met at Trinity in Chicago back in them college days, holding it down on the old block. Hey, Jamar, man, we was playing for your dad, Coach Moore. Hey, that was a fun time right there, man. We had shout out to all the boys, Farachi, Kenny. We got the twins, Trill, Eric Sauce. Man, who else we have missing? Alec.
Yeah, Daryl.
Yeah, shout out to Daryl.
Yeah, Alex. Ian.
Yep.
And Cook.
It was a trip, man. You guys brought me in. You guys took care of me. It was a fun squad to play with for a year. And, to be honest, made, a lot of friendships, brotherhoods that will last the rest of my life. And, it's cool to see people first off, you from North Carolina. You got to hold it down. You know what it is, represent. Hey, that's right. Hey, you guys don't know. Hey, tell them where you from, Jamar.
Man, that 2-6, man.
That 2-6, hey.
Favorite North Carolina, man. 910.
That's right. Hey, so Jamar, we got boys all over from that squad. We got boys in Indiana, Illinois. We got California, Florida. Where else we got people? Farachi's all over the place now. He's living it up. He's basically
international.
He's an international superstar, TikTok famous. So we got boys all over. So hey, Jamar, how does it feel to be one of those people that are really putting on for the squad, really putting on for, basically your team? Everybody that you got with you from family, friends. Like, how does it feel to really be putting on for them?
Man, I feel like it's an honor, man. Really, it's a blessing from God, man. Because a lot of people didn't think I was going to act connected as far. So the be where I'm at right now in life is just a testament to you got to really stick things through, man. When times get hard, you got to keep grinding, man. I've been out there for like 7 years, man, and it didn't really break through to like my 6th year. So consistency is key, man.
Yeah, man, that's one thing Jamar's been putting in work. I think you played a little bit in not Ohio. Was it Oklahoma? You played a little ball in Oklahoma, right?
I played the IFL. It was in Iowa, the Cedar Rapids River Kings IFL team.
And you were gonna go to Spain as well, right? Before COVID came, everything, right?
Yeah, I actually was gonna go to Spain first. Then COVID hit, and they changed everything. They closed the borders down. So.
Oh man, hey, like everything, God works his plans out. And going to Brazil, was that something that you thought, maybe like you said, your 6th year didn't really pop off, but step back 10 years ago, Jamar, hey, you're in high school, you don't even know what life got ahead of you. Do you think playing. If I would have said, "Hey, Jamar, you're gonna be playing ball in Brazil," what would you have told me?
I thought you crazy, bro. I probably think you smoking that K2 or something. So I'm like, yeah, bro, you truthful. I'm like, ain't no way in the world, bro.
Do, do you feel like you got something going on there? Because I know you've been saying a lot of great things. First off, like just explain where you like, and you're Guyana, right? So what's
Yeah,
Guyana like?
Guyana.
You showed me it's a little tropical, but what's it really like out there?
And Guyana's a beautiful city, man. It's full of beautiful people. They have nice, not really nice everything, man. It's like I said, like living in Miami, minus the beach. But I mean, uh, compared to what they tell you in America, man, it's almost the same thing. It's just people speak a different language. So it's good to see with your own eyes how things really are. Then it would change your mind and your life forever. It's cheap to live down here, man. Um, the atmosphere is great. You know, nightlife, everything, man. People, they just embrace you out here, man, a lot.
Yeah, no, man, that I've been seeing it on your Snapchat, your Instagram, all everything you've been putting up. You know, hey,
Oh
hey, talking
man.
about Farachi, international superstar, man. You looking like
Oh
you,
my
hey, you about to be the
god,
next pit bull, Mr. Worldwide, man. You over there with the
bro.
popped up collar and everything. My boy.
Yeah. And hit rolling like Shakira.
Oh, hey, hey, I actually got a question, man. Since we big boys, offensive linemen. Hey, how's the food out there? Are you being fed good or like you
Oh
missing?
yeah, man. Yeah, man. They don't do preservatives out here. Everything organic, man. So like you eat food fresh, like straight off the farm. Everything here is fresh. So I mean, you gonna get right in the exact out here.
Let's give this moment to give out maybe a shout out to one of your favorite spots out there.
Oh yeah, one of my favorite spots, man. Have to go to Pedrito Hamburgers. One of my favorite hamburger places, man. Especially out here off of Laguna.
For sure, for sure. Shout out to them, making them bomb burgers right there. But Jamar, when it comes to playing on the field, what's maybe because you played college ball, high school in America. You played a little bit throughout different areas from playing high school ball in North Carolina, college ball in Illinois, semi-pro, professional leagues, and throughout different states. What has been the biggest thing that you can see or maybe tell since playing in Brazil?
The biggest thing I can tell is, man, they take it really seriously out here, man. It's like an actual, it's a passion. Like coming down here is like, I'm like, wow, everybody's like, damn near like 6'4", 6'3", 6'6", 280 plus. They all are in the gym. It's like looking at a bunch of FCS players, and they come with the ball hard, man.
Nah, man, that's
Yeah,
I
it's good
saw
competition out here,
you
man.
guys had a pretty good season so far. You guys are season's over, or how does the season work
So
with the league you're in?
out here, it's 2 seasons. So you have the Candango, which is like a state season, and then you have the BSA. That's the national season. That's on ESPN and stuff, and that goes from like I think June, July to October, and then if you make playoffs from October to December. So the one that matters the most will be the national league that starts this summer.
Okay, you
But they
guys.
have another one. Yeah, so it's 2 seasons. You have like the first season is kind of like a warm up to get you ready for the real season.
And how's your team? I know you guys. You said you made a pretty good run, played for I believe the championship, right?
Yeah, man, we did. And, unfortunately, we lost, man. But it's gonna be a good year. We got a lot of pieces coming back, so I already know we're gonna hit the ground running. We just gotta have it's our first year being together. So and now that we're going to the off season and getting ready for state league, that's okay. Now we're gonna be more cohesive and have a tighter bond, so we can really come out and do what we're supposed to do and win the championship, bring a championship back to Guyana, man. They never had one, so.
No, I mean that shout out to your squad for even making it to the ship. Like you said, there's a second season. pretty sure you guys will do your thing. You know, I know you put your work in. So if you're fitting in, I'm pretty sure everybody else will be putting that solid work in, you know, because we want to see you win a
Mhm.
ship, you know, come back with a ring, come back, you know,
Yeah, so
a
some jewelry, man.
that's right, you know. We want to see you big popping out there, you know. Uh but Jamar, um, what like league? Because that's one thing I was looking at. There's a bunch of different stuff going on, like we're different programs, different I guess leagues. I don't really know what the clubs, you know.
Uh,
How's everything? What's the setup like that down there?
so basically, well, before this year they had two. It was an open elite a division, and then they had a different division for like smaller teams. So the team I was playing for is the open elite. That's like the highest level out here. So, but now I know in the summertime, I think around June or July, they're gonna have like supposedly 60 teams. So I think it's gonna help out a lot because now you don't have to travel so far to play people. So before you were traveling like hours just to go play opponents. So now it's kind of like based like the NFC North, NFC South. You play a lot of people within your division, so you don't have that many like far away games. Like the Panthers are not gonna like play the 49ers like 6 times in a season. You get what I'm saying? So now they changed it to where it's like the way it's supposed to be. You know.
Okay, for sure. So, all right. So you guys, so basically, the summer one, like you said, is where the big bucks are playing. You're gonna have everybody involved. Travel's gonna be like a smaller breakdown. So whoever wins your division will represent in the playoffs. I'm guessing.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Okay, okay.
So then playoffs will start. Playoffs
And
will start. Then after that,
and then on your team, are you the only player from America? Are there any other players from America, or how does that process go?
so basically they have a point system. So I think it's for. I'm not sure it's going to be the same way for the summertime because they changed some rules, but for the state season, the point system doesn't really apply. So you can have, I think, as many Americans as you want on the roster. But of course, when the national season starts, you can't do that. So, but as of now, I'm the only American. So,
Okay, okay. Um, did did you? Because I'm asking all these questions right now because I got a good amount of friends that have thought about playing overseas, or maybe just thinking about it. Maybe not really gonna do it, but just kind of what's the process in that? How does one player go from maybe graduating college playing ball or maybe coming from the streets to go apply, or do you have to get connected? What's the whole process with playing overseas?
so playing overseas, man, is basically like a you gotta have good intuition, man, because not every team and situation is going to be the best fit for you. So you really have to take your time and talk and get to know these people and do your own research. Um, they have some guys that they like strictly work. You can hit him up, strictly work. He does a good job with helping to connect people to different teams and stuff overseas as well. I do the same thing as well, but it depends on where you want to play at. So, say you want to play in Germany or some teams that they have a restriction. I think it's like 4 Americans allowed per team. I think it's like 2 on offense and 2 on defense. So most of the time, the beginning of the year or the middle of the year is the best time to hit up teams in regards to trying to play because that's the time when they do a lot of their recruiting. So it all depends on where you want to play at, man. Like, I mean, I'm not going to down no country because some experiences may be better for other people than it is for myself or others. But you have to really decide, like, okay, how can I use it to my advantage? For example, when you go overseas, you live for free. So especially if you have a degree and you don't have any, family, no, not any family, any kids, nothing, man. That's actually good for you. You can go overseas, get a job back in the States with a degree. They hire everybody over here for remote locations. You can make about 65K a year, man. working, saving all your money, and playing ball and living for free. I mean, I honestly suggest that a lot of people do it actually, because it's actually good for you. Coming back home is a good amount of money in your pocket. When you go overseas, man, part of the team you go to, you're going to get free housing, man. I mean, that's like a mandatory thing. So if you're getting free housing, and some teams will pay for your phone and stuff, it depends what team you're with. But if you're getting free housing, man, that's basically all your bills to take care of, man. So I mean, if I'm leaving straight out of college and I have a degree, I would go over if I know like okay, some people say the NFL stuff, man, but you gotta be real with yourself, man. Like if they're gonna call you, they're gonna call you, and you going overseas is not gonna stop them from calling you. You can always fly back. There's nothing stopping you from flying back for an NFL or FIFA opportunity. But if I'm, want to train, you can train all year, get yourself a nice, salary position, come overseas, play ball, stack your bread up. And once you're overseas, man, and you make a name for yourself, you can stay over here for as long as you want, man. Not just talking about Brazil, but in general.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know so many professional, or ain't professional, but the football side of it. But when it comes to basketball, that pretty much adds up. A lot of these players go to some of the Asian countries and end up becoming even bigger stars than they were in America.
Yeah.
So, I'm pretty sure.
Season,
What happened?
you saw what happened last season. He came over there with like Michael Jordan.
Yeah, I mean, you got a bunch of people. Stephon Marbury. I mean, he ended up becoming like he got
They
statues
got a
of him
statue
out.
over there.
He got statues of him outside stadiums. So that he's like basically like you said, like the Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant of whatever one of the leagues he was in out there. So I could bet, man. So like
Yeah, and the NFL and the CFL they invest heavily in sports out here. They have combines here every year. They have a CFL Global combine that they have here every year in Brazil. I think around March, April.
okay.
There's a lot of talent out here, man. There's a lot of talent out here.
No, I mean, it sounds like it. I mean, I was looking at some of your team pictures, like you said earlier. You got some big dudes. You got is
Yeah.
the what's the I guess the different skill level is it the maybe the intangibles of the game? Is it like the
Yeah,
IQ
so it's
part,
like
or is it more like the physical? A little bit of both. Like, what do you see like when it really you can
well,
pick
from
apart?
from America to like Brazil, like I will say one thing. The Brazilians they love to hit. It don't matter what it is. They try to knock each other's shoes off. But just just some of the mechanics, man. Like having certain moves in your arsenal. Learning new tricks. Like the old lineman. If I'm playing tackle, man, and I got somebody fast come off the edge. Phantom paw. I'll throw my hand out and take it back. Because D lineman's gonna jump on that. Little things like that, tricks to the game they don't really know. So I mean, I enjoy teaching that to them. To help them become even better players. Because a lot of these dudes can play in America. They need to learn. They need somebody to come out here and teach them mechanics. The mechanics and then like simple tricks, and other things as well that can really take them to the next level. Which is what I'm doing down here as well. I got a program where I'm in the States and I have a program in Europe. I'm working on it right now in Brazil, but developing athletes and then sending them back to the States for school. I actually have my own school in the States where I send athletes to. Me and my partner, we strictly work. We have a prep school in North Carolina. We're developing athletes and sending them to different universities. It's gonna be really big, man.
Nah, man, that sounds like a big not just business, but more like you're gonna be helping a lot of people out. Because if you look, I mean, you really think about it, Brazil got a lot of athletes out there when it comes to
Yeah.
soccer, when it comes to mixed martial all the MMA stuff, mixed martial arts, like they got some dudes, all bunch of different weight classes. And if you could teach them how to, I guess catch, run, throw, I mean, I could only imagine what kind of athletes you can produce. And if you get the
But they
right
have a
coach,
lot of physical. They have brute strength out here. Like it is. You gotta think about it, man. Like it's the environment. You eating all that organic food, man, and you're always out there in the country in the mountains, man. Like you have no choice but to be strong because you're not eating BS. Like you've been fed what you're supposed to be eating your whole life. So their strength is like these are grown men.
damn. So with that being said, you pair them up with some good coaching, some some
Oh
opportunity.
yeah, they'll cause damage. They just need just someone that really invests in teaching them mechanics. And then, I mean, they got the body, man. They got the strength. Like I said, damn near everybody down here built like a SPS player, like
Yeah, no,
D1
definitely.
double A player. Yeah.
Um, what would you say if if I'm watching this and I happen to be what position would you think would be the most successful out there in Brazil?
Or for you, or for anybody.
No, like if I'm just saying, if I'm watching this and you're like, you know what, if you're a quarterback, get your butt down here, or if you're a left, a DN, or I mean, what position do you think could be really from if you take the average state player like in America and take them to Brazil, what position would probably kill it the most?
I would say, hmm, I would say quarterback, but after what I saw, I wouldn't. I mean, you have to know at least you have to know your football like an IQ stuff to be a quarterback because now the way they're teaching them, they play zone a lot. So all that, the deciphering coverage and stuff is not really going to fly like that out here now because the guys are getting smarter. They study more out here. But I would say probably DN, DN or um, DN or wide receiver if you play X.
Okay, yeah, no,
Only because, only because like I said, you still have some American speedsters. So no matter what coverage you run, if you're fast enough, if you got them burners, man, you can make some stuff work. So I would say DN and receiver, man.
hey, so if you're a DN or a receiver and you're watching this and you feel like, hey, I'm trying to go play some ball, make sure you get in contact with Jamar and see what they can do to get you in Brazil. But Jamar, before we switch up topics again, what's the fan support? Are you playing in front of you know 10, 15 people, or are you getting a couple hundred out there?
Oh
What's
no, it's really big out here. So because of COVID right now, some events you can't have like fans and stuff there. But on regular, you're playing with a lot of people. You play in soccer stadiums, so you have
okay?
thousands of people come. And on top of that, you play on TV, so you're on ESPN and stuff. It's a lot of big news coverage out here. Like I'll walk down the street and people will know who I am. Like it's really big out here. Like I said,
Man,
like you playing in huge like FIFA soccer stadiums. Like
damn.
you know, when you get to the game and stuff, they have like a cameraman and some photo shoots, take flicks of you and everything. You gotta make sure you got a Genesee Qua on, man. Can't be coming out there no sauce.
Nah, nah, I bet. But so one more, we're keeping the same topic, with football. Before we take our first break of the episode, um, I want to switch into some NFL talk. Um, you've been watching everything going on, or you've been a little bit busy?
Yeah. Oh no, I've been watching everything going on, man. My Lions, man.
I
We
don't.
gotta get that. We ain't gonna get the first pick, but we gonna get somebody. We'll change the whole system.
Hey, you guys got a good coach. You guys got. I mean, Amon-Ra St. Brown, USC product, killing it out there. I mean, you got your running
Yeah.
back that came from Green Bay. He's a solid back too.
Yeah, he was solid. I just miss Jim Caldwell, man. Like, damn, man, he was a good coach. I don't know why they let him go.
He's probably gonna take over in Jacksonville and try to turn things around over there.
I mean, I'm glad to get a new coach because Trevor Lawrence, he's not garbage, man. He just needs his environment is horrible.
Oh yeah, no, he just needs to get a couple people around him. I think they just need the right leadership from the coaching staff, and you know how it goes. You don't get the right
Yeah, I know how to
coaching
go,
in
man.
there. It's not you lose the locker room, and once you lose the locker room, it's a pretty much done deal. There's not really much anything anybody can do, especially when you got a young quarterback. They got a young team over there. It's not a very heavy veteran team. So nobody's probably stepping up to take charge, and I think that comes you bring in a coach that really sets some standards and lives up to those standards. Um, I think you can start to turn things around, and you have a young team that you can build around, and they do have some money to make some run at a few players. So I mean, Jacksonville's like that. I think who else can be like that? The Lions as well. You guys have, I
We
think.
don't be getting blown. We don't get blown out, man. I will say that we don't get blown out. We lose close games.
No, and that is true. But I'm saying, like, you get a few other people in there that really are about it, or maybe a little bit more talented. You guys can make a run. Depending on what Aaron Rodgers does with staying in Green Bay or ends up leaving, the NFC North it really be up for grabs. Because they're saying Cousins is going to leave Minnesota. They're saying Rodgers might leave Green Bay. That will leave you with Justin Fields in Chicago, which, like it's not really the biggest or
I
scariest.
mean,
He's good.
where will Cousins go?
I don't know. I see him. I think he can. I think he can go to Cleveland.
Cleveland. Uh,
I mean, that's where
I mean,
Stefanski, the Cleveland head coach, was Minnesota's offensive coordinator, and I think you get him in there, you lean on Nick Chubb. That's all you really need to do. You
I
got
mean, all Cleveland really needs is a quarterback, man. Honestly, man, because they got everything else. They have a great line, defensive line impeccable, defense is amazing. It's just quarterback, man. It's really all they need.
and really, I think you can bring in. If I'm Cleveland, I'm looking at it. I could bring in maybe another receiver, and you can bring in Cousins, or you can even bring in Carr from the Raiders. I think that can be something that would be really like we all see. Cleveland does not have a bad roster. They have the team
Yeah.
that is built to make a deep playoff run. If they can get a quarterback
And
that really can not doesn't have to be great, doesn't have to be an MVP. If he can go in there and be, I guess, efficient and not turn the ball over or make those three to four big key passes a game, I think they can really make a good run at it. Um, like I said, it's going to be such a turnover next year in the NFL. Players are going to be on new teams that are usually I mean, look at this year. How many new teams are in the playoffs? The Bengals, the Chargers. You got in the NFC. You
they come
got
around within a year, man. That's crazy, man.
yeah. I mean, the Bills are there. Who else is in NFC? Oh, the looking at
Oh, Eagles.
the Eagles. Yeah, I mean, even the
I
Cowboys.
never thought they was gonna make it.
Even the
I mean,
Cowboys.
yeah. So.
I'm not rooting for the Cowboys right now. We'll see what happens in the playoffs. I'm one to think that I don't think they make a deep run. I just don't think the offense is clicking right now. We'll see with what they can get going Saturday night. Eagles and Cowboys play this week, and if they can get something rolling before playoffs. But if they take another dud, I don't think they can beat. Because right now it's looking like they'll be playing Arizona again. So
Yeah, that's
Arizona,
a L.
Arizona, if they get DeAndre Hopkins back, there's possibility of them getting JJ Watt back. They can make a
Oh
run.
yeah.
Arizona
Honestly,
was
man.
killing it.
I really believe, man, that Derek Carr does not get the proper respect he deserves, bro. Like he gets disrespected so much for all he does, man. Like out of all the quarterbacks, it's just crazy. Like I think they have Marcus Mariota. Isn't he a backup for
Yeah, he's the back. He's
the
like
Raiders?
he's their backup, but he's also playing like that gadget position. They'll bring him in,
Oh,
run a little,
like Tyson Hill.
basically not to that extent, but where he'll throw it more than run it, but where they have to really like look at it, plan for it, scheme up for it. I mean, they can get in. They beat the Chargers on Sunday. I mean, it's a 50. Whoever wins, basically, I think, yeah, whoever wins gets in. So that's gonna be a game that you got. Derek Carr can get in, and I don't think they'll make a deep run, but they'll play the Chiefs, and they play the Chiefs twice a year, so they know what to do. And it goes for both the
They
Chargers.
always have good games against the Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm excited about the playoffs. I'm excited to see all these fresh faces. Burrow with the Bengals. That's a team that is they beat down on my Steelers this year. Like beat them up where there was
Hard
nothing.
faces a grown man. God.
That team right there can really make a run. The Chiefs are there. The Colts. We'll see if the Colts, man. I'm rooting for Jacksonville this week because if Jacksonville can beat the Colts and we beat the Ravens, hey, we're in, and that's what I'm hoping for.
Oh, I forgot about the Ravens, man.
Yeah, that's a team. They faced. I think they were the most injured team this year in the NFL. I'm a Steeler fan, so I'm gonna be hating on them, but I'll give them their due respect. When they're healthy, that's a different team. Lamar, I think he has to take another progression next year. He was looking awesome earlier in the year, but I think all those running backs went down. Basically, the players were just falling week by week, and putting maybe a uncomfortable passer into a every down passing type situation isn't the best.
Yeah.
But early on, he was showing he can hopefully get it done. He was looking the part, but the NFL don't scheme it up; they'll draw it up, and I think they were giving Lamar a little bit of a fit this year. So I think you got to, he lost a Pro Bowl running back and I think three other Pro Bowlers on that team. So and he got hurt too. So the Ravens are another team that I think they get a good draft piece this upcoming year. They can be another solid, make a deep run next year.
Yeah, I mean, the Steelers, man, they can still get in, right?
Yeah, we gotta beat the Ravens, which I don't think Lamar's playing, so there's a possibility, and it's most likely if we need Jacksonville to beat the Colts. If Jacksonville beats the Colts, then we beat the Ravens, we're in. So I mean, it's only one. We need one team to help us out, but it's possible. We don't need like 3-4 different combinations. But yeah, we'll see. Lamar's not playing. Ben's, if I'm looking at it, I'm playing as it. This is Ben's last game. So I mean, if I'm the team, I'm trying to take Ben out with a dub, so that we probably flying around ready to go on Sunday. So hopefully, man, hopefully we get in.
I mean, you really think Ben gonna retire, man? You think he be saying that, man? Cause think he might pull a Brett Favre.
I don't think he pulls the Brett Favre and leaves. I think there's a lot of stuff that has to happen. If we can trade up for a playoff draft spot, then maybe, but there's a possibility that he stays. And I just think it's he didn't have the worst of years, like as people make it seem. He put up good numbers in the second half.
Towards
Basically,
the end,
what happened?
the second half, he started putting up better numbers.
And but part of that is too, he had two rookies starting on the offensive line, another that never started a game in the NFL, and then you got basically, a rookie running back. Juju goes out. and it's tough. You know how it goes playing. Imagine being a rookie or being a freshman and coming in and having to pick up schemes you've never seen before. Like we've all been in that situation where it is tough, and I think year two, you could bring in another offensive lineman, draft maybe a
Yeah.
higher first rounder. I think if the money is there, I think he can stay, but it's really up to him if he wants to come back. I think if he takes another team friendly deal, I think they would do it. But I don't know. I don't know how you come back after that whole ceremony. The NFL made a pretty
Yeah,
big.
it's like, bro, let's just go home, let it go pick up the Deshaun Watson, and then do what you gotta do.
Yeah, Deshaun, that's another big piece where Deshaun ends up. I was hearing Carolina, I was hearing Miami, and then I was hearing the other team. What was the other team? Oh, Denver. Because if Denver can get a quarterback, Denver got one of the best defenses.
Honestly, if Teddy Bridgewater didn't get hurt, they probably would have made the playoffs.
Yeah, but even with Teddy Bridgewater, I think Teddy Bridgewater, he's a serviceable quarterback. I think he has. When he was with Minnesota, that was one of the most devastating injuries because he was going to be a superstar. He was lining up to
Minnesota
be,
was probably his best year.
and I think he has to take either that role as of a serviceable starter where you're trying to get him by another year, or he maybe has to look at that backup role where he's there to maybe help a younger guy or be a guy that can give a defense a good look every week on the scout. Maybe
Like a Ryan Fitzpatrick.
yeah, like a Ryan Fitzpatrick, like who else was like if you're a Steeler fan listening to this, uh Charlie Batch, he was a Ben's
Oh yeah.
backup for like 8 years, and he was just he knew he was never gonna start, but when there was games where Ben was out with an injury, he would come in and there wouldn't be that much of I don't want to say a
A drop
drop
off.
off, but like he was there. He knew the system. He was very serviceable, and I mean he's won games, must win games in Baltimore. So I think if Teddy Bridgewater can become that, um, and he's because it's tough for players maybe to turn into that backup. I think that was the issue with Cam Newton. I don't think he can be a backup in the NFL. I think he's somebody that needs to be a starter, and that's okay. You're not going to see Peyton Manning be a backup. Tom Brady be a backup. Those players are going to be a starter, or that's it.
Yeah.
But with that being said, we're gonna take a quick break. When we come back, we're gonna be talking JD trenches. We're gonna be talking what else? We're talking. Jamar got a bit of few companies up his sleeve that he works with or he ends or basically owns. So we'll be right back, and stay tuned. Use promo code Sideline10 to receive 10% off all of your graphic design needs, logos, pictures, business cards, anything that you need. Contact Matthew Cifuentes at Matt2Siffy. Welcome back, guys. Still here with my boy Jamar, and we were just talking about everything he got going on in Brazil with playing with the Rednecks, right? Goiânia Rednecks. That's a funny name
Yeah.
because you would never hear that out in the States. But man, I love it. You guys, what's the redneck in Brazil? What does that mean?
Like a country boy, man. Because like a Goiânia's like a Kentucky or a Kansas or somewhere like a lot of mountains. You know, they have a lot of farmland here. So it's like a nice city, but outside of the city is a lot of farmland.
Okay. So man, that's
So we have a lot of
paradise
fresh,
out there, man. You living in
yeah,
paradise, Jamar.
on that the alkaline, Dr. Sadie.
Hey, all natural. But hey, Jamar. So one thing, bro, like other than the football grind you've been putting in, is man, you've been Mr. Business Man himself. About to say Jay Z,
Yeah.
I ain't a businessman. I'm a businessman. You know what I mean?
And shout out to the Draco, Mr. Mosley, man.
Hey, that's right.
I do what I gotta do. Yeah, man. So I got about 3 businesses, man. Day Christmas Academy, and then the Sunlight Management. So I manage athletes. This is for all sports, and it helps them with their athletic careers. Pursuing whatever lane and avenue they want. I actually hosted a CFL workout for about 25 guys at the University of South Florida. I held it last July. Yeah, it's on my Instagram. JD Trenches Academy. Um, yeah, man. I mean, I connected with a lot of pro organizations, NFL, CFL. I mean, if you look at my phone, damn near everybody and their mom in there, from the league. I like to stay real busy, man. Like, football for me, man, it's like an avenue that I use it to actually fund other things. Like, I'm more than an athlete. My mind is always business first, sports second. What can I do to increase my brand or, have a bigger outlook or a bigger impact, because, ball doesn't last forever, man. So some guys are like, I play ball now and worry about that later. You got to start building who you really are while you're playing ball. So by the time you stop, it may be too late. You may have missed out on multiple opportunities. So, you always got to be on how can I build? How can I expand? How can I better myself? I got some stuff going on, like I said, with my J Trickers Academy where we train, collegiate, pro, and international athletes, and send them to school and stuff. Like I said, we got our own prep school with strictly work that we're working with. I'm really helping better these young men's lives for the better, School is a rough transition. So, you need to make sure that you have somebody in your corner who's going to really help you and really help you, in your transition process, The goal is to have everybody, graduate, be successful, and, really become better young men in society, Yeah, man, connected with a lot of schools, a lot of Division I schools. If you're trying to go to school, man, and you're after Division I talent, don't be afraid to hit me up. Keyword Division I talent. I don't want none of these. A lot of you guys don't think you're D1, but you're really not. And it's sad to say that's how life goes, but doesn't mean you can't be anything else in life. You gotta keep working hard, man, and know your limits, and always go past your limits. So, that's the advice I would have for that, man. So.
Nah, facts, man. Everything you said is truth right there. I mean, everybody wants to be a D1 baller, but it ain't like that, man. It doesn't mean you can't go still ball. There's D1 double
Yeah.
A, there's D2, D3, NAIA. You want to go play JUCO. I mean, and once you're done with that, not everybody's gonna go to the league. And just like you've been saying, you got different avenues where you can go. If you want to go to CFL, if you want to go the NFL Euro, NFL Mexico, NFL Brazil. There's leagues in
Yeah,
all
they
over
got the
the world, basically.
USFL coming out this year.
Yeah, and especially, I mean, yeah, I know the Rock's gonna be the I guess the not the CEO, but like the commissioner of the XFL. So there's gonna be money put into that. So there's gonna be,
Yeah.
they're not gonna just take people off the street. Like if you're putting that work in, you will be found. And one thing, like you said earlier, man, like don't wait till it's up to really start spreading, lack of a better word, spreading your wings. But use your resources, use your connections. Don't let people just use you. Be out there, understand, be good people, be for make good connections with people, no matter if they're the starter, the bench player, the water boy, the water girl, team manager, coach. Treat everybody with the same amount of respect, because you don't know where anybody's gonna end up. And the one thing that I would like to add and really just want to drill in is the respect thing. If you carry yourself with respect and you show respect to people, there's always going to be opportunities for you, no matter where it's at, no matter, is it going to be a short term or long term? It doesn't matter. If you need something and you're somebody with of character, you're somebody that people can trust, people can depend on, you people will look out for you. And this is not even a football talk. This is just in general. If you're somebody that's cool with people and people can really trust, you will get, what you might not want to say deserve, but it will pay off one day.
I got nothing to say too as well. Like I said, I have connections with all 32 NFL teams and CFL. Like I said, I'm on management company. Like I help manage some players and stuff. And I will say this: I work with a lot of CFL and NFL scouts. When you contact the scout, make sure you got your stuff in order. They get bombarded with calls, emails, and BS all day from the time they wake up to the time they go back home with their families. If you're going to contact somebody who does not know you, you need to make sure you're checking off all the lines. You don't know how many times I've seen guys contact scouts or contact me to try to work something out, and I ask for film. Oh, I don't have film. I asked where to go to school at. Oh, I went to school here for 4 years, but my coach didn't give me my film. Like Huddle doesn't exist. If you go to any university, stuff like this, like you make excuses that make people, not want to mess with you more. And word travels around fast. So, and stop getting her butt hurt because you DM a scout on Twitter or Facebook, or you text one and they read your message and don't respond. No one owes you anything. That's the biggest problem, people. You go online and start crying and pounding. Same thing with these kids trying to get into college, complaining that schools aren't responding back to them. And I ask you kids, how many coaches have you been? 5. You don't want it bad enough. It's about 25,000 coaches in college football. If you only DM five coaches and you're talking about you sleep on yourself. You need to take initiative. When I was coming up, when I was in school, I think I even called and sent letters to about 70 schools. And even now, the age of social media, that's not even enough. But you got to really show and be proactive, So that's the biggest thing. Kids tend to get stuck on. Don't wait for somebody to find you, because nowadays, no one's searching for you. Why would they search for you? I coached Division I ball before. There's no need to search for you. We got the transfer portal. We got JUCOs, prep school kids. I want to win now. I mean, I'm not going to sit around and pamper to a 17-year-old kid who's just trying to stack up offers to look good on social media, and I can go get a hungry kid right now from ready to come to grad school or JUCO or a prep school kid who's coming in right now and trying to make a difference. I mean, so you kids are hurting yourself. Also, you kids think you're Division I with these D2 offers. I'm telling you right now, there's 2 signing days. You missed the first one, which was in December. The second one in February. You have 4 years to prove to Division I schools that you're worth it, and no one has hit you up. You've been in school for 4 years. That's 4 years that you could have caught a coach's attention, that you could have reached out to him. It's not relying on high school coaches to get you somewhere. That's not their responsibility. Like I said, 4 years. So if you got D2 schools hitting you up and trying to offer you scholarships, stop trying to turn your nose up at them, because most likely you won't receive an offer within 2 or 3 weeks, the next signing day in February. So yeah. Also, kids who hit me up who trying to transfer and stuff. If you don't have film and you didn't start at your previous school and they had a bad record, why would you enter the transfer portal?
Yeah.
To find a better opportunity? If you can't make the most of an opportunity where you're losing every game, almost everyone in your position is hurt, and you still don't play, that's a red flag. Like,
yeah, you're right. I mean, and that's the the name of the game right now. You're seeing a lot of people. Me myself, I transferred out, but I took a chance on
Yeah,
myself.
but
I
you
went to
actually played, man.
no, no, no. I feel you
Take it,
on
take
that,
it.
and that's one thing
Yeah,
I'd have to say to these kids nowadays: don't just do it because everybody else is doing it. Make a decision for yourself. Make a decision that is going to solely help yourself. Don't think, oh, I'm going to transfer out because you know what, I don't want to be here, or nobody else, they don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. Make a decision that you want because you're the one that's going to have to live with it. Because there's players right now, like you said, entering that transfer portal and not even finding a new home. They're either having to drop out, either have to hit the JUCO route, and they ain't ready for that. If you ain't ready for the JUCO route, don't test it.
yeah.
It's a
JUCO's a
whole
different
different
game. You gotta be
story.
a grown man in JUCO.
And
I
those
know about that
players,
JUCO life. People don't understand about that. That JUCO life is
it's not
you
for
find out real
the
quick how bad you really want it.
exactly. And that's the thing. You're gonna really see if you love football or not. You're gonna see if football is really what you want to do. And it's not like you're seeing all these the new NIL rule with the name, image, and likeness with the D1 schools, and it ain't like that in JUCO. It ain't like that in some of these smaller schools. So if you're in there for the money, if you're in there for the fame, um, those are things that are only going to hurt you when if you don't have everything together. When you have everything together and you're doing what you're supposed to in school, because that's the biggest thing. A lot of people sleep on that whole part of it, including myself. Is if you don't take care of the grades part, it don't matter how good of an athlete you are, you ain't gonna play.
I have so many kids who I helped get offers and it got taken away because they. One thing about coaches, kids as well, stop sending them film about sending them your transcript because just look on your film, I can't offer you anything. I don't know what the grades are.
Mm-hmm.
You got kids out here with 2.6 below GPAs thinking they deserve a full ride. Like, honestly, why would we give you a full ride? You can't do your classwork. Why would I not give that full ride to a young man with better grades than you? Huh? Because 9 times out of 10, when you're playing college ball, your schedule's gonna be even harder than what it was in high school. So if you can barely handle a high school regiment, if you're gonna go to college where it's harder, how can I trust if you're not gonna mess around the classroom? Then I gotta be worried and stressful there. Oh man, is he gonna be eligible? Is he gonna be eligible? We need him. We need him.
No, it's
The
an
best
investment.
availability is eligibility.
No, facts. No, it's an investment. You got to understand, these college coaches are investing in you. They're saying, you know what, that player right there is worth $40,000. I'm gonna bring him into my program, and guess what? Depending on how that 18-year-old kid is going to develop into a superstar or a role player, that's going to also affect if I'm going to have a job or not. So don't just think that these
Yeah,
coaches are really
we
out
don't.
there just to
Coaches
give
don't. They
scholarships
don't get
out.
the 4 years that they used to.
Yeah, no, if you don't
Before they used
produce,
to get like 4 years for their whole class to develop. No, I coach college ball. You got 1 to 2 years, two at max,
yep,
to make something
because
happen.
they will recruit, another player to come into that your same position, and that person is brought in to take your spot. And that's how it is. No matter how good you are, you think you are, guess what? The coach will bring in a player at the same position that has the same goals that you once had, which was trying to go start and dominate at that position. And if you think that person you're safe, or my spot's locked, that's when that you already lost. You've already lost it. So make sure if you a young player, and guess what? We just had early signing day a couple of weeks ago. We're gonna have signing day, the second signing day coming up in a few weeks as well. Make sure you pick your right home where you want to go compete. You want to go get down and dirty, because once you hit camp, if you ain't ready to compete, you ain't ready to go. You're gonna fall in line, and once you fall in line, then you're gonna have to test yourself. And a lot of kids, they don't know yet. They think they love the game, but they'll see if they really love it or not. But Jamar, man, it was an honor, man, just to hear what you got going on, what you got planned for the next couple years out in Brazil. I know you got a lot of things that we got to hold off the table right now, but we'll be making sure to make those things known once we can. And man, I know you're gonna be making an impact wherever you're at, and I just want to say thank you for hopping on, bro. Appreciate it. Man, just really, bro, man. Thank you, bro.
Man, it's all love, man. Glad for you letting me come on, man.
Yeah, that's
Honor,
right, man.
bro.
Hey, before we go, we got the two final questions of the episode. Hey, first, second to last question, bro. So, who is your why, or what is your why? Why do you do what you do?
Honestly, man, my why is just to keep going, man. Like honestly, man, it's like God put like a spark in me, man. It's like I just want like every time I don't know what it is, like when people tell you no, or when you keep having doors keep constantly hitting you and you want to quit, it's like you can't sleep at night because like damn, I can't quit no matter how bad I want to. Like our people depending on me. I think about all the like life that I could have affected if I would have, if I just stopped. And it's like something bigger than yourself. It's like a eternal thing within you. Like it just won't go away. Like when you stop, you start aching when you're not doing what you're supposed to do. So that like really helps me. I thank God for that because it keeps me going. Especially doing this type of work.
No, man, that's truth right there. And then our last question of this episode is Jamar, man. So I ask everybody this: who do you want to see on the Center Lock Show next? So the trick is, whoever I say, you gotta help me get them on.
Oh man, I want to see Farachi, man. I want to see
Farachi.
Farachi Tarantino.
All right, we're gonna have to make that. Hey, Farachi. Hey,
We're going to make that work.
you heard it here first. Jamar say he needs you on the Center Lock Show, so we're gonna have to make that a done deal right there.
I want Farachi on so we both can ask some questions. I really want to pick Farachi's brain.
That's right. Hey, man, we want to see Mr. We got Pitbull and Neo right now, Mr. Worldwide and Neo over here singing. You guys are all over, man. Shout out to both of you guys. And hey, Jamar, man, I just want to say thank you one more time. And hey, good luck this upcoming summer.
Thanks,
And
bro.
hey, I want to see you I'm gonna be following you. I want to see the pancakes. I want to see the highlights. I want to see you guys get a
Sure,
ring.
no, I got to post them, bro.
Hey, there you go right there.
Yeah.
But hey man, thank you again, and thank you guys. We are at 351 subscribers, man. We made it to 350.
Wow.
We're even plus one. So guess what? This upcoming sometime this month, I will be dropping our giveaway for 350. There's gonna be some rules and there's gonna be a challenge, and don't worry, it's gonna be coming maybe in a week or two. But thank you guys, man. I appreciate all the support. I know me, Alex, and just everything with Jose as well, man. We can't even start to put out of the amount of support that we've been given. And hey, thank you guys again. Jamar, thank you. And we will see you guys next week with another episode of the Center Lock Show. Out.
Buena Park is in the building. Buena Park? What's the deal? Nothing but the homies out there. Nothing but the homies. What's up with the homies?